Okay, we're doing a shakedown, and I'm sorting out my gear.
I don't know how it's pulled up in here though. This is something you just kind of want to pull and fold in quarters and then roll.
Okay, we're doing a shakedown of my gear, seeing how I can maybe lose some weight here.
Hi YouTube, I'm Pretzel. You gonna film that whole time, man?
Huh?
You filming the whole time?
We might. I'll edit some out.
Okay. Well, we got a lot of nuggets. What's this wooden thing?
That's a flute.
Are you like professional flutist?
I could play.
Yeah.
I'm alright.
I would definitely send this home because the trail's gonna not be so kind. So everything I'm gonna make, I'm just gonna make a pile over here, and it's gonna be the things that I would send home. And it's gonna when I leave and walk away, you can put all this stuff right back into your pack. I'm not carrying your pack, so I don't mind.
Right.
I don't mind what you do. And everyone here on staff is thru-hiked and this trail and some other trails as well. So we have and it's, I'm making my personal recommendations, you know.
Okay.
So journal.
Yes, sir.
I would recommend getting something smaller, maybe in Hiawassee.
Okay.
This is just a nugget. I use a for my journals, and there are people on staff that are like, "Oh, get rid of all journals," and I journaled. I enjoyed it, and it helps me remember things that completely forget about up here, but when you write them down. I use like a small little spiral notebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'd recommend, man. So I'm gonna set this aside, obviously. Up to you. Now this is a Sweetwater.
It's a hyperflow.
Hyper. Whoa. Never even seen one of these before. Is it working fine for you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how many gallons this can filter before you need to replace?
I'm not sure. No.
Okay. That's just something to be aware of.
Yeah.
I know with the MSR, the bigger, the more robust filter, and the Katahdin filter, those can only filter 600 gallons. You have to buy a $40 cartridge for a $60 filter.
Yeah.
Don't know if this is the same case here, but I'd definitely recommend a Sawyer squeeze. It's going to be a lot lighter than this. There's less failure. There's less failure points on this. There's no moving parts. You just got to make sure you don't leave it somewhere and it doesn't freeze. And it appears that this one says, "Do not freeze," so it'd be the same.
Yeah.
thing. Have you had any frozen nights with this?
No.
Okay.
No, it's been.
Yeah, but if you, I'm gonna set this over here just because this is a really heavy and more likely to fail than a filter without moving parts. But yeah, make sure if you do get a freezing night that you sleep with this, because that filter will crack. Water will still be able to pass through, but you won't be filtering it.
Yeah.
Which, if you're gonna sit there and crank on this thing that long, you better be actually filtering it.
Yeah.
I don't treat most of the water that I drink when I'm backpacking. I'm not advising you to do that. I'm just telling you, like, I'm an adult. That's the decision that I've decided to make. And I have a lot of other long-distance hikers that do the same. But, it's only a matter of time before I get sick. But when I do, my Giardia is not going to come from the water source. It's going to come from sharing food. You're more likely to get Giardia from a bag of trail mix than you are any water source. It's because... No, even if you clean your hands with hand sanitizer every time after you go to the bathroom, it's not hot soapy water.
Yeah.
It's not vigorous hand washing. So that's why I always say, don't share food. not worth it. Like, yes, you can give someone a bar, but don't have them put their dirty hands in your trail mix.
Right.
And if you've been putting your dirty hands in the trail mix, don't give it to other people. Even if you're pouring it out, they're still, you know, it's safer for you, but it's not safe for them. Nalgene's weighs 6.5 ounces just for the bottle. That seems like an excessive amount of weight to be carrying just to drink water. So I use a old recycled Gatorade bottle, or Smart Water bottles are nice because they're really tall, so you can fit other things in your outside pockets. So I'm gonna set these over here to replace those with them. And also, like, I'm stupid attached to this water bottle.
Yeah.
If I left this on a cliff in an overlook or whatever, I'd be so pissed, you know. Like, I'd be like, oh, it's only 5 miles back. Well, yeah, I could 10 round trip, you know, like I'd contemplate whether I was going to hike back for it, which is stupid because this is just a plastic water bottle. It's such a dumb thing to be attached to it, but I am. What's this, man?
That's a day pack, a little day pack folds out.
What do you use this for?
If I'm going to like do a run or something, I'm trying to think of an example where I would use it. Maybe if I had to get something in town.
Yeah, I mean,
something like that.
You should be bringing your pack.
Yeah.
If that's the case, there's tales every year. Some hikers like, oh, dude, we'll just like put our packs over here. Come back, some hill jack's already taken their pack. So you don't want to be that guy. That would be, assume this nugget's for that nugget.
Yeah, that, and then all the other electrical things. It's got the cords and stuff.
What's this, man?
That's a little lantern.
Do you have a headlamp?
I do.
Cool. So this is kind of just
That's like an extra light, you know, so, because the headlamp I don't think has very long battery life on it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if that's the case, then carry an extra set of batteries, which I wouldn't recommend, but you'll be fine with that. And this is this is a heavy nugget. There's definitely some lighter ways. If you want a backup, which I do carry a backup, I carry a little Princeton, little nothing thing that would fit on like a pair of keys, man. And I think we sell them in shop. They're pretty inexpensive. I've actually night hiked with one of those because I left my headlamp on accidents in like some hotel room in Virginia. Had to night hike like 9 miles, excuse me, with a little nothing headlamp, and it worked, man. You just had to hold the poles and walk with it. What's in here, man?
Headphones and the piece to a flute, the mouthpiece, or does it break?
Yeah, I mean, definitely don't need headphones to hike the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah.
Obviously, and if you get rid of the flute, then you could get rid of this bag to protect the piece, and you can just put the headphones in like a plastic bag or something.
Right.
Are you familiar with hanging bear ropes?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah. Well, I mean, my packs right now, like the food stash is probably a little too heavy. I tried hanging it because I have a dog too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's really reliable for hanging both of them.
You hang your dog?
Just the pack, the food.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've never hung my food, so that's a choice I choose to make. Sleeps with me. Hiked the Colorado Trail last year. There are three types of trees on the Colorado Trail: Jefferson pine, lodgepole pine, and aspen. And all the Forest Service literature says, hey, hang your food because bears. But you literally can't hang a food bag 6 feet out from the trunk on a thin enough branch, but not a thick enough branch, and 10 feet off the ground, because those limbs don't exist on those three trees.
Yeah.
So I sleep with my food. I haven't been attacked by a bear. I'm most afraid of micro bears. Those are the things that are on the ground, like squirrels, chipmunks, mice. Those things will ruin a food bag pretty quickly. So set that aside, save some weight. The thing about the Appalachian Trail, it's called the Green Tunnel. These things aren't going to be very useful in a month. And buying a second battery is going to be cheaper and much lighter than these would be. So I'd also send these home because these, and obviously, if you're going to decide which one to keep, it would be the lighter one. But yeah, man, I have a minor in photography, so taking photographs and documenting the trip is important to me. But I just dropped the money and got a second battery for my camera. Worked like a charm. Never ran out of a juice, you know. So, and with the video, is this a third battery thing?
Yeah, that one doesn't have a solar on it, but yeah.
Yeah, so I think definitely I just completely eliminate all of these and get an extra battery, you know.
Right.
Let's see. That knife. What are you scared of, man?
Oh, it's more of a tool for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
We like to joke, bigger the knife, bigger the fear. I just use a little Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
It's got my scissors on it. It's got a little flathead screwdriver on it, file, got a knife. You know, I'm only cutting open cheese, the random mail drop that I might send myself, you know.
Yeah.
So, this is a nice tool, you know, and if anything, if you're going to keep this, well, there's no reason why it can't float around in your pack like this. You know? Just save yourself some weight. But yeah, you do want to have some semblance of a knife or scissors to cut stuff. What's this thing, man?
That's the other side for my phone case.
Do you use it?
I do, yeah. If I'm moving around and I'm doing strenuous, I like to have that other side, the screen protected.
Okay, cool, man. Well, I just recently started hiking with a smartphone. This summer is the first time I've done a long trail with a smartphone, and never used something like this. I just kept it in my hip belt pocket. Made sure I didn't roll down a mountain.
Right.
You know, like you gotta be trying pretty hard. What's this, man?
It's a trauma pack.
Doesn't seem too crazy. Doesn't seem too crazy. Do you wear glasses?
I do, yeah. I have contacts and glasses.
What's this little nugget?
The sunglasses in there.
Sunglasses?
Yeah.
Cool. Are these like expensive sunglasses?
No, they're pretty cheap.
Dude, I mean, like if they're cheapo sunglasses, I just wouldn't even carry them in a thing. You know, I mean, this is which one weighs more?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean, I don't know how much that weighs, but it weighs something. What's in here, man?
That's got a lot of stuff like toothpaste, and I actually think I have a lot of extra stuff in there.
I can tell there seems to be some big nuggets. Oh, get this out of here. Everything you own is going to smell like BO and farts. You don't need to make it smell like BO, farts, and degree. Yeah, that's just where we're at. Okay. Definitely don't need a compass or a whistle or a temperature gauge. You're hiking the Appalachian Trail. It's a super highway for foot travel, so you're definitely gonna be able to see it. The whistle, I mean, there's someone always a half an hour ahead or behind you, so you know, and yelling is probably a bit more of an effective way. And what type of pack do you have?
An Osprey.
Osprey. I bet it has a whistle on the sternum strap. Would be my guess. The chest strap.
Oh.
Sits up by your
I
chest.
don't know. I don't think it does.
Yeah, on the male end it should. Yep, I can see it.
What? That right there?
No, it's the sternum strap that connects to your. This goes across your sternum.
Yeah.
That's a whistle.
Oh wow. Cool.
Yep. So we can eliminate that. Now tell me about this system, man.
I just have them, I guess, in an old first aid kit for a backup if my filter breaks.
Do you know how to use it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh my gosh, this is like one of those miniature drawstring bags. That's awesome. So you know how to use that. That's good. I like that. Because there's no point in carrying things you don't know how to use. A lot of this, it seems, could, like this, man, or you have a toothbrush. Why are you carrying these?
Yeah, I think they just were in there and I didn't take them out before leaving.
Sure, man. What else? Start dumping all, shake all this stuff out, man. What do we got in there?
More of those. Let's see.
Which one do you like, Macy's, or do you like medicated mint lip balm?
I don't know. I haven't tried them yet.
Yeah, they're both sealed. Probably you only need one of these. Are these both Visines?
Yeah.
Are they the same? I don't know anything about them.
I guess I had one in there and I thought I didn't, and then I put another one in there as well. Just doubled up on them.
Yeah, well,
They're supposed to be different, but I don't think they really are.
yeah. We'll say that
Yeah,
one's
I've
got more stuff in it. You already got a sharp thing, so you don't need these. I used to carry toenail clippers, and then they started rusting on me because everything you own will get rained on.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that's gross, I'm not carrying these. And I have no clue how in 3,000 long distance miles I've clipped my toenails. I just have. You know, like you just figure it out. Sometimes the hostels will have them, you know, in the bathroom. Sometimes your buddy will have one. I just take some hand sanitizer, clean them up, clip away, you know.
Right.
So, no need, a little overkill and serious redundancy there. Obviously you need that. What are these for, man?
That's shampoo and conditioner.
Oh, definitely don't need that. Anytime, is this matching soap?
Yeah.
Anytime you go into a hostel, it's almost always going to have something, you know. And sometimes if they're short, you can ask the owner, "Hey, do you have any soap?" And if not, you go to the Dollar Tree, you go and buy the cheapest soap, you know, you can, shampoo, and then it just gives you good trail karma. You'll probably run into more soap, you know. You just leave the soap there for your all the hikers and probably a lot of your friends behind you. Don't even have to worry about it, you know. Crazy glue's good. What's this?
Hand sanitizer.
Are you using it?
Not at this point, no.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't use hand sanitizer, but you, if you're going to have it, you want it accessible at all times.
Right.
Because I have a feeling every time you go to the bathroom or want to eat a snack, you don't go rummaging through that bag to find this.
Yeah.
So you want it accessible if you're going to carry it. And
Okay.
you know, there's no point in carrying it unless you actually use it. Crazy glue, that's a good thing to have in a first aid kit. So yeah, man, we can really start eliminating some of this stuff. Do you have duct tape?
I don't.
You don't? I definitely recommend some duct tape of some sort. Well, look what... Oh, here's hand sanitizer. Sweet. Get rid of that nugget. And then, man... Oh, lighter. Ooh, those are important. What else do we have in here? Oh, dude. Deep cleansing pore strips. I don't think you need these.
I probably don't.
Are these the ones that get really hard and they pull off like blackheads?
Yeah.
Awesome! Another lighter. Do you have a lighter?
I think I have another one on my...
well, you don't have much of a lighter here.
Yeah, that was not very good.
So, man, look. Boom. We've essentially... Oh. Pocket body wash. So, man... Ooh. I don't know anything about context. I don't know what's going on there.
Okay.
So, dude, we've essentially eliminated that. What you need is just a Ziploc bag for all that. I really wouldn't recommend carrying these. I don't even know what it is. Pocket body wash. I don't know. I've never had these.
They're like little dry sheets, and then you get them wet, and they're supposed to make suds or something.
Oh. I've never used them. I've never been like, man, I wish I had this dry thing that I could get wet that would make suds. I've never thought that. But hey, man, if you do, man. This one, oh wait. Oh no, I put the bug spray back. That's what. There we go. I've got these two items confused. So man, look, we've got a serious nugget going right there. Honestly, I mean, you could go through this again and start taking some of this stuff out. Quick clots. Yeah, that's... Yeah, I mean, you could definitely get rid of a lot of this stuff. What you need is some... Do you have ibuprofen?
Mm-mm.
You definitely want to carry some ibuprofen and some duct tape. A good solid 6 feet of duct tape. That's something I really recommend, man. So go through here. There's no point carrying any first aid supplies if you don't know how to use it or what it's used for.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you don't know how to use something, you know,
Yeah.
what's the point?
Yeah.
Always go with the smaller fuel canisters. I know this is one of the big nuggets, and sometimes you get pigeonholed into having to use these because they're the only ones the place is selling, yada, yada, yada. But you only ever need one, or like one of the small ones. Have you ever cooked something on that?
Yeah.
Have you ever cooked something on this?
Yeah. Not on this hike. I've only used the bottom two.
Okay. Wait, so, I'm sorry. Have you ever cooked on this hike? Those two little fry pans?
No.
Excellent. I didn't think so. Ooh, man, you got a nice little stove in here. Ooh, is this the Snow Peak?
I have no idea. I think it was just some kind of cheapo one that was online.
Cool, man. This igniter will fail. It's not a matter of if, it's just when it does. So that's why you always need to have a lighter. And I mean, you need a lighter to make sure you can light a fire if you get in trouble. What's this thing, dude?
It's a pot holder because the pans get hot when I'm trying to take them off the stove.
Sure. What I end up doing is I just like turn my stove off and then use either a bandana or a sock or something, because I mean this thing's heavy compared to either one of those things. And anytime you can make something have multiple uses, it all becomes lighter. You know? Like if your bandana works as sun protection, put it on underneath your hat as a Kleenex, but who uses that? It's not rockets. A way to pick up your pot when it's hot, a way to hold your pot when it's hot. That item might only weigh half an ounce, but it becomes lighter every time it gets an additional use, you know? So that's why we'll set that aside. Honestly, man, I think you only need this one, man. What could you be cooking in here that you couldn't cook in here, you know?
Yeah.
And if you want to make coffee, it just means you can't, coffee or tea or hot chocolate, it just means you have to eat food, and then you have to make your coffee, you know? And then, so we've eliminated some big nuggets right out of there, and that's going to save some serious weight. I don't even carry this. When I use an isobutane canister stove, I didn't carry this. I just wrapped it up in a bandana and just put it in my cook pot. You don't have a lid on this, and that's fine. I don't carry a lid on mine either. I just use a piece of aluminum foil, and that's what the cover is. It's just this little titanium nothing of a pot, and the lid weighed an ounce, 1.2 ounces, and I was like, oh, I bet tinfoil is a lot lighter. So that's what I did, and it works pretty swell. So I'm just going to set that in willy-nilly, and when you put a bandana in there, it prevents a lot of the rattling you're going to hear, any sort of scratching to the pot. You know, this isn't non-stick, but if it was, you know, and then you could do a tinfoil on top. With these isobutane canister stoves, you get a lot of amateurs that are putting a windscreen around them, and the windscreens will blow up the canister.
Okay.
Like dead.
Yeah.
Like whoever is around in the immediate area is going to be messed up. So when I see people cooking in them, you know, you don't want to be Mr. Know-It-All, but I kindly say, hey, that's seriously dangerous. I just thought I'd let you know. I'm going to go eat over here because I don't feel like dying during my dinner. So we could get a bandana in here. If you already have one, we could repurpose it to in here. I mean, obviously we have them in the shop if that's what you want. And then, dude, I don't even have my pot in anything. Now, it looks like you've been cooking with this on a fire before.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing that, I would recommend keeping this just that way you can get rid of some of that soot. You don't want this covering all the contents of your pack. You know, that's just going to get gross. So we'll do that. So this means we can get rid of that. Oh, perfect. What are you using this for, man?
I guess to wipe stuff down if I get caught in the rain or something.
Cool. Well, you can still do that. But you going to the beach, man?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. I definitely just recommend cutting this down. In fact, you don't even have to get a bandana, man. I'd say cut it here. Burn the edges. Mm-hmm. This would be your pack one, the one you'd use to wipe stuff down. You could use this little handy dandy thing to dry it. And then once we've made that surgery, we'll come over, we'll make another cut, we'll burn the edges so it doesn't fray, and then you've got your rattle protection so that doesn't rattle all day. You know, and then the rest of it, just throw it away, put it in a hiker box. Obviously, this thing can go as well. Just gonna put that system like that so you keep that in mind. Camp shoes, rain jacket.
That's all the clothes.
Yeah.
And I just watched them. So yeah.
So you have 2 sets of clothes?
I got I think I started out with 3 complete sets and multiple layers.
I will tell you exactly what I would wear if I was leaving April 2nd from Springer Mountain. This will be all of the clothing that would be in my pack. It's going to be a pair of long johns, top and bottom, a pair of women's running shorts, a hiking shirt, a hat, just like a ball cap like this, a beanie style winter hat, a pair of thin wool gloves, a rain jacket, and a down jacket. And that would be all the clothing I'd carry. So that means I just can't get my my long johns wet. When it rains, my legs get wet and then they dry out. Mm-hmm. If you wear rain pants and you hike in rain pants, your legs get wet from sweat and then they dry out. Mm-hmm. So that's, and I found that system works for me. And I know, when I'm in town doing laundry, I have 3 things that I can launder. Usually I end up wearing my rain jacket as a shirt, and then I just wear my long johns and just try to sit very modestly and not freak out anyone in public. And that's kind of that. So you definitely have some serious... Now, do you have any cotton clothing? Whoa, this is sure. All clothing, dude?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, that bag over there, that's all stuff that I've already decided to take home.
Cool. Dang, dude, I should not be getting that. So you already have those? Are those zip-offs, man?
Hmm?
Are those zip-off pants?
Yeah, they are.
So what are we doing with the trunks? We got a pair of trunks.
Rain, or if I go swimming, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you don't need to wear anything if you're going swimming.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a good little layer. We're gonna need that. The Smokies are getting cold no matter what time of the year. What's this for?
That was a bag for dirty laundry, separating it.
Cool. Everything's gonna smell like BO and farts.
Yeah.
What's this?
That's another windbreaker.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. This is a nice technical layer, but definitely send this home as well. Bandana, nice. We want that. Legs to these.
Yeah.
I'll definitely send these home as well, man. You're just gonna be wet.
Yeah.
You're walking through the mountains. And this is a 100% cotton shirt, man. So this phrase is cotton kills. Takes a long time for it to dry out. It's going to rob you of your heat when it is drying out. So we definitely want that back. Long johns.
Yeah.
Long johns. pair of journals. I wear one pair of boxers when I'm hiking, and that's the only pair I have. But some people, I get it. You know, people want two things. So you have a shirt. Do you have a t-shirt?
There's that.
long
Not
sleeve?
under this one, no.
And so this is your other hiking t-shirt?
Yeah.
So my clothing system for you would be that long sleeve, this insulation layer. Oh, dude, is this another pair of pants?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, definitely. So yeah, we got an insulation layer, your hiking t-shirt, a pair of, these are liner socks, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
A liner sock, these are gloves. Do you hike in these?
Yeah.
Hiking cool? No, I'm just like, because some people are like, no, those are my
my
water filtering socks.
No,
I only wear those
no.
for my water filter.
No, my socks go pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, I carry 2 pairs of socks, and they're both hiking socks.
Yeah.
So I assume these are sleeping socks?
Yeah.
So I think this amount of socks, do you have socks on now?
I do, yeah.
Okay. They have liners?
Yeah, they're like those.
They're like, you have 2 pairs of socks on now?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So I think this is a reasonable amount of socks. A hiking t-shirt in addition to the long sleeve. Again, I'm going to set these skivvies over here. Are these cotton, man?
I'm not sure.
Because if they're cotton, you really don't want them. Cotton?
Yeah, those are all the same brand, I think, so.
Yeah. So then you have your rain jacket. Do you have a pair of rain pants?
I don't.
Good,
No.
I like your style. So, there's the clothing system, man. And you're like, yeah, Pretz, that's not a lot of clothes. You're right, because it's not. But the thing is, I mean, it's just, and a lot of the things that are in here, they're not insulating layers. So, like, they provide no insulation.
Yeah.
You know, and, like, you can put on all the like, quick dry, zip-off shorts you want, and you need, like, 20 of them to actually really insulate. A pair of rain, you'd be shocked how much your rain jacket will insulate, especially if you couple that with this, you know. So, and then what's this nugget?
That's the dry sack where I keep them.
Cool. Yeah, what I use is I actually use a trash bag liner. I put a trash bag in my pack and all my stuff in there. And that's just it, man.
Okay.
I've crossed some really deep creeks. You don't cross any deep creeks on the AT.
Yeah.
There's a couple fords in Maine, but they're low. They're low. They're like thigh at most. And I've been in a creek this deep, trying to hold my pack out of the water as much as possible, and a very expensive down sleeping bag, dry as a whistle, and it's in a $3 trash bag that I asked some punk kid at a McDonald's for. I was like, hey, can I get that trash bag? So, and then what I do with my clothing that I have is I just whittle it in every little nook and cranny to fill up the dead space and the gaps in my pack.
Yeah.
And that when you put a bunch of things in stuff sacks, you create a lot of dead and unused space. But I understand some people really just like a bag to put all their stuff in. So, and sometimes compressing stuff all the way down doesn't make the most sense. Like the example is a sleeping bag. You end up there's a lot of dead space that you're not even using in the bottom of your pack. And so that affects the way you pack your pack. It affects the way it rides, you know. So I always loosen people's sleeping bags so it fills the width of their pack. That way they're getting the most out of it.
And then I have those shoes. What do you think of the 5-finger shoes as
No,
camp shoes? And
I don't think much of camp shoes, but I understand people love camp shoes.
Yeah.
So what's nice, and like if you really had to, you could hike out in these. I mean, it would suck, and your feet would be pretty messed up unless your feet are used to them.
Yeah.
But I mean, of course there are lighter options, but that's totally reasonable. What do we have over here, man?
All right, so I got a Neo Air
Excellent.
sleeping pad there, and I think there's actually a liner, an additional liner in there, and then I have a couple of 40-degree sleeping bags to double up in cold weather.
Sure.
And then there's the tent.
The tent? What kind of tent is that?
It's a slumberjack. I don't know exactly what model, but it's...
What I definitely recommend, first off, would be taking the poles out and putting them vertical on the outside of your pack. That way, what that allows you to do is, as you can see in the picture here, the tent and the stove, once you get the poles out, are they easy to get out?
They're kind of wrapped up in the center there.
Well, I definitely recommend start using this stuff sack as a stuff sack, and you just stuff your tent in there. Every time you roll your tent in the same place for 157 nights or however long it takes you to hike the Appalachian Trail, you're creasing that steel nylon in the same place again and again and again and again. That's going to make it delaminate quicker, which makes it less waterproof. You're going to have more likely to have failures there, and then when you stuff it in there, you stuff it random every time. And it's a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah.
Hell of a lot easier. Just push, push. So I would take the poles out and store your poles right there, as it is in the photograph. The little demo. Food in the red bag. I don't go through people's food bags. Just make sure you're eating a lot of food. A lot of people complain of not being hungry this early on in the trip.
Yeah.
So eat. Force yourself to eat because you need the calories. That big hiker hunger that you read about on the internet, that takes a couple 100 miles to develop. So it'll come. Don't worry. And I hiked with a couple people that are just really conscious about the foods that they eat, and they're like, "Man, I'm just craving this like total junk food, crap, sugar, nothing." I was like, "Eat that. Your body wants that. That's what you want. So do it. I try to eat like a hiker trash diet, which is a bunch of garbage food, and then the next resupply I try to eat a less hiker trash diet. Trail mix, man. You'll scoff at the price, but those calories there are so much better than the calories you'll get out of like a honey bun. The 460 whatever chocolate frosted honey bun compared to that same amount of calories in a thing of trail mix, like that's real food. Trail mix is much more real food than some honey bun. So man, if you're looking to lighten your load, I'd definitely go keeping now, and this is kind of the stuff you're hiking with now. Look how lean, we've really leaned it up very quickly. Again, I know you might disagree with me on some choices. That's fine. I don't like I said in the beginning, it's not my pack, man. I don't have to carry any of this. Your tent, if we could eliminate that and get you into a lighter tent, obviously that's going to be a pretty big investment, but I had a tent that I still use. It's got a thru-hike on the Appalachian Trail, thru-hike on the Long Trail, and a lot of cross-country ski touring trips that I did in Michigan. So, I've got my money's worth it, without a doubt. I've absolutely used it, to the point where every time I sleep in it, it's equivalent of like $1 a night, like easily. So, when you put it in that kind of perspective, that's the same thing with like a Neo Air. Neo Air is like around $150, whatever, I can't remember the price. Thru hikes are around 150 days, $1 a night, like a tent, you're looking at $225 a night, like when you think about that equipment in those terms, it makes that price tag a lot easier to swallow. And I still have plenty of miles left on the tent I used on my thru hike. Unfortunately, I've gone to a much lighter shelter, but I still have it. It still works just fine, if I want to do a weekend or want to let one of my buddies borrow it. So yeah, that would be something. Doing a different sleeping bag setup, you could do that. Obviously, a sleeping bag is going to be a little more expensive. Or not a little more expensive, but it's going to be more expensive.
But that setup's temporary anyway. Once we get in the summer months, then one of them's gone.
Yeah, exactly. Just make sure you have a cold setup for the whites, man. It can legitimately snow any day of the year in the whites.
Okay.
And the Smokies, it can snow, well into April. But in the whites, like, some days you can't tell if it's December 4th or July 4th.
Wow.
There's no difference between those two dates as far as temperature and weather.
Is that all the way up in New Hampshire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's above tree line. It's the real deal. I mean, I don't know of any thru-hikers that have died up there, but literally people die in those mountains every year. Every year, man. Someone just died there in December because they were ill prepared and they were lying on their spot.
Wow.
Yep. That's not going to help you. Being responsible for yourself is going to help you and keep you alive. So yeah, man, we whittled some good stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, and also think in terms like this system that we have here is essentially, we've lightened it all for free.
Mm-hmm.
Like we haven't really added anything. I would recommend. Do you have a trash bag liner?
I don't. No, not really.
Do you have a pack cover?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. Where's your pack cover?
I tucked it in
Cool.
in here somewhere, I think.
Yeah, I just like the trash bag system. And then one thing that I like to show people, especially about these ospreys, is excellent. You've already discovered it. Using this as one giant tube instead of using this little connector thing. And a lot of thru-hikers end up just like cutting this out. And then what's cool, let's say you start really whittling some of your packs weight down. The farther north you get, the skinnier thru-hikers packs get. You can completely get rid of your brain and send that home or just ditch it. And you still get the top compression. Yeah. You can still get the top compression here, which is still pretty slick. So cool, man. You wanna look at a tent? I don't know what you're thinking.
Well, I'll probably need a box. I think I'm gonna send some stuff home.
Yeah. We'll get your pile ready.
Yeah.
Of all the things you want to send home. Keep in mind, man. Don't waste the money to send stuff home if you just think it's total junk and you don't need it.
Yeah.
Because it is a little pricey. We have to send UPS. So just keep that in mind as you're going through all your stuff.
All right, man.
Cool,
Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. Just get that all ready and then holler at me and we'll get you a box, dude.
All right.
Shorts.